All right. Let's see here. Where was I? Right. Okay, so we just got out of that. We just got out of the pits, and I guess we're going to the mess hall. Okay. Oh, whoops. Why is that button, my default button for unmuting my mic is also the same button that is used for, sneaking? Alright. So... Oh, look, there he is. Just standing here being weird.
So, the power plant?
It wasn't easy. I'm not that good with electricity, but I think I found the transformer. I could show it to you. Apparently, you just have to cut the current there to remove the security breaker from the train.
I don't even recall him asking specifically Innocence to look for something. He just said, like, just in general, just learn what you can about the power plant.
Thanks to you, we should be able to pull off this escape when the time comes. All we have to do is get into the power plant.
Thanks. I tried my best.
Would have been better. Yeah.
You did the job. Better you should come with me now. We got lots of things to do if we want to pull this escape off.
I'll do my best to help you.
We have to pick up the weapons I stashed, get some water, and get the mutants to revolt.
The mutants? What for?
It'll be a great diversion. So, if you're ready, let's go.
All right. Oh, okay, wait, actually, let's level up real quick. The sneaky stuff doesn't seem as good, honestly. Parry electrical arcs. Hmm. I guess this is like for the future because I know eventually you get the technomancy tree, so obviously we're going to be using a bunch of electric. But let's do extra damage. So we have 2 points. More crafted.
Too.
Oh, hey. What's up, Quirky? Can you... Oh, wait, hold on. Right, I don't think my...
You can hear me. Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you. I guess my mic is not live on the... Oh, wait, no, it is. Okay. Right, so I'm looking at these feats here. They don't seem particularly useful. Spirit, okay. I'll probably just wait for that one. Alright.
Yeah, it says you're talking, but I don't hear you in Discord.
Really? That's so weird. Hold on. What about now? Hmm.
No.
That's weird. Now?
You may just have to go to voice and video and reselect it from the drop-down menu, even if it's already selected.
Yep. It's so... What the
I don't
fuck?
think so.
Okay. Can you hear me?
It doesn't like you today.
Yeah, what the hell? Well, because the weird thing...
Yeah.
Is that working?
Just for a second.
It's really weird. Maybe that... Is it... On my end, it says... It says it's working. What about now? No? What the hell?
Yeah, and like I see the little green thing lighting up around your name, but I don't actually hear you.
Yeah,
so...
what...
Hold on. Oh, that's my fault. That's my fault.
Okay, I was gonna say, I was like, what the fuck? What's going on?
Nope, it's my fault. There we go. I had to
Okay.
change my output device.
Hold on one sec here.
Yep, okay. I had to change my output device. So there we go.
Okay. Let me...
Yes.
Okay. I think that should be good. Okay, so you will get to hear the sultry sounds of me clearing my throat, because that won't get that won't get muted on Discord whenever that happens. Because I don't have my mute button bound to anything on my keyboard. So what do we want to do here? Diversion. But yeah, by the way, so I've been enjoying that Genshin Impact a whole bunch in my spare time. It's pretty good.
Sorry, I'm also clearing my throat. I'm about to drink something.
Let's see.
Yeah, Discord has a push to talk function, but they don't have a push to mute function.
There's gotta be a shortcut for that, right?
I mean, possibly. Let's see. Keybinds. Add a keybind. Action. Oh yeah, push to mute. There you go. You can add it to your keybinds in Discord.
Oh, hold on.
You can make it the same button that you use for OBS. Okay,
Use the tactics menu to give orders to go paint.
Add a keybind. Push to mute. Toggle mute? No, push to mute. Actually, you know what? Toggle works.
Oh, the targeting on this is dumb. Oh, okay, that's interesting. So it does have like a real-time with pause menu if you want to do that. I don't understand though, because it's like his ability, like the other character's abilities are not there. So what orders am I supposed to be able to give him from that screen?
Having to kill a good dog like that. Holy shit, what is wrong with it?
Ew, yeah.
That's the second I've seen attack for no reason. We already had to kill one near the sandpit.
And I had to put down 2 more in the kennel. God damn.
Okay.
Examine the bodies.
The one that attacked me earlier had filming eyes, just like this one. And I've never seen those kind of patches on a dog.
Me neither, but I also noticed those patches on the animals I had
Alright,
to put down.
so...
I'll check the other dogs, but it's kind of worrying.
Yeah,
Looks like
Genshin
they caught
Impact.
something.
I
Could it be
remember
an
seeing
epidemic?
stuff for that, like, way back in the day.
What if it can be
I
passed
mean,
on
not
to
back,
humans?
but yeah, a while back where
Just
it was
when I
all,
thought
like,
this place couldn't get any
just
worse.
promotional material and
It
stuff,
is.
and a lot of
All the
people
more
were
reason to
like,
find out
it
what we
looks
can about
kind of
this
like
disease.
Breath of the Wild, but it's not
Yeah.
Breath of the Wild.
Well, that's
but
what's
it
weird
is.
is it's not anything like Breath. Like like the open world is kind of similar, but who fucking
No,
cares?
well-
Nobody's calling like
People were talking more about, like, how you have,
a glider and
different-
stuff.
You have a glider thing. You have those slime ball monster things, which are basically like the choo-choos.
Which have been in every JRPG ever.
Yeah, they've gone by different weird names. Like in Final Fantasy, they were flans, I think.
Yeah, and in Dragon Quest, they're slimes. You know.
Yeah,
they just
slimes,
exist everywhere. I don't like. Okay, it just got a similar art style. It has the open world that encourages like they don't drop a bunch of pins on the map like a Ubisoft game. So they encourage like just getting to a vantage point and looking for things. They have little dungeons that are like barely anything. You know, so there are things like Breath of the Wild, but the combat is nothing like Breath of the Wild. The progression is nothing like Breath of the Wild. Like, really, I was talking to a coworker who's been playing it as well, and my thing is, like, I've actually...
Nothing to do there right now. Just get me
I've
shit.
noticed the things that bother me about that game are the things that are less like Breath of the Wild. Like, the things that are actually unique about it, because, it's... Like the big thing is like the elemental stuff that like you could like drop swords on the ground, you know what I mean, and do like electrical arcs between them and stuff like that. The game is much more combat focused than Breath of the Wild was. But anyway, I like it, but I don't understand what people's vitriol towards the game was at first, because I know like the big thing was like a guy, like a Chinese guy taking his fucking PlayStation 4, like to TGS and like, or I don't know where it was. Maybe it was maybe it was a Japanese guy at TGS and literally just breaking his PlayStation like in front of the booth. Like he was so upset that there would be a game not even published by Sony that would just happen to also be on that platform, and it is coming to Switch as well. So hopefully that guy broke his Switch too. Because it's fucking dumb. He broke his phone because it could run it. He broke his computer because it can run it. He broke his Switch. The whole thing around Genshin Impact really, I don't understand.
Either that guy was trying to be viral and he had spare money and spare hardware to just be like, I'm making a video about breaking everything.
Well, that's the thing is he didn't make the video. He did it at TGS, and other people were like bystanders were taking the video, and if I recall, it was actually just a picture that was going around on Twitter. You know what I mean? So it's like this guy didn't even like capitalize on it. He's just being a fucking retard. It didn't make any sense like to do something like that. Like and not even just that. That's like an extreme case, some guy being a weird person, but it's just people on like Twitter and YouTube comments and stuff like that, and everybody freaking out, which, you know, those people are always doing that about something, but this one just seems weird because games are iterative, you know what I mean? And Breath of the Wild was such a like a different type of game than we get from a lot of open worlds that, like, why would you not want other companies to emulate this?
Yeah, like it's a platform that people enjoyed, and it's fairly simplistic, and it works. And you can, if you're, you know, creative enough, take it what Breath of the Wild did as like a base, and then as like a core, but then like build on top of it, expand it.
Exactly, and the game is so different from Breath of the Wild in, you know, a lot of respects. It's got similarities, but I mean, in my opinion, like I said, I think it didn't take it far enough. They should have stole more. I mean, if
it's like, my consoles can run this game.
Yeah,
it's gonna be on this console. I'm so pissed that I'm gonna break the console because, you know, God forbid, there's so many games that people just absolutely hate that are on all of these platforms, but they don't break. You don't break your console over those games.
Exactly.
It wasn't published by Sony.
Well, that's the other thing.
Published by Sony.
Well, that's the other thing is I don't even understand the Sony connection there because there's none there. They had nothing to do with the game. It just happened to be coming out on there. It's fucking dumb.
Yeah, well, I mean, Sony has nothing to do with Call of Duty or you know, Elder Scrolls or
people get mad
else.
about that stuff. Well, now Sony literally has nothing to do with Elder Scrolls.
Yeah, literally, because Microsoft just bought that shit.
Yeah. What was I thinking? I'm excited for that Immortals Phoenix Rising, because that looks like
Immortals.
It's a not Assassin's Creed game that basically has like a big Assassin's Creed map with with like all the Breath of the Wild mechanics intact.
Interesting.
That's what it used to be called Gods and Monsters. And then they showed it off at E3 once or twice, and then it's kind of been secret. And people, I think it was like, I don't know, like Kotaku or something like that, reported that Monster Energy made them change their name because Gods and Monsters. Because, you know, I would obviously have, as a consumer myself, as a mouth-breathing moron, I would have confused a drink with a video game. You know what I mean? I would have been like, what? What am I buying? Can I drink this? What can I do with this? You know, I'm surprised church didn't sue. Just church in general, all churches. They were like, you cannot.
All religions.
Yeah, you cannot use gods here. They'll think they're going to church.
Yeah, people will start following the religion of this game.
People will start worshiping Ubisoft, and Lord knows with what's going on over there, you don't want that. You know, it's gonna be non-stop sexual assaults.
I mean,
oh wait,
it used to be the case.
Yeah. I mean, what do we? I forgot. Are we talking about Hollywood? Or are we talking about Ubisoft? Just in general.
Right?
That is crazy, though. There was like somebody said that like 50% of all employees at Ubisoft have witnessed some kind of misconduct. I know it's like not something that's like funny, but it's just fucking. It's such an absurd thing that I can't help but laugh. You know what I mean? It's like that. It's so insane.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Well, the one thing, this is not sexual assault related, but I just want to look this up. Michel Ancel, the guy behind Beyond Good and Evil. And
there was another game he did, I think.
He's done.
And obviously, he's behind Beyond Good and Evil 2, which still hasn't released.
Yeah. Well, the story was that he left the studio now. And then he said, don't worry about it, it's in good hands, you know what I mean? But then, I think it was like Polygon or something had an article about him that said, like, everybody at the studio said he was really difficult to work with and all this stuff. And then he responded on like, he's put out like an Instagram post, and I thought it was really interesting. And he basically refuted everything that they said, you know, and it was interesting because I mean, oh, what happened? Did it crash? Oh, I think it crashed. Ooh, game crash.
Uh-oh. Spaghetti-O.
Game crash. I think, they took, like, a really shitty approach to it, you know what I mean? Where it's like, oh my god. Okay, yeah, definitely crashed. It was like, in the wake of all this Ubisoft stuff, this is a really easy target. Like, nobody's gonna not believe that there's misconduct at Ubisoft. You know what I mean? Whereas, from his perspective, it was just mostly people having creative decisions. You know what I mean? That other people disliked or liked. So as a result, you get a bunch of creative people in an office, and one of them is the lead. You know, people don't get along. Yeah. And, you know what I mean? And like this, that's what games are.
Here's the thing. It's like, yeah, okay. You got your own creative juices and stuff, but you're making somebody else's game. You're making a game it's not just a generic type of game either. You know, it's got a huge lore system. Like, it's got a whole universe to it. It's got this world building. It's got this story to tell.
Yeah.
And the one who's creating that, obviously, you shouldn't have anything to fucking say about it because it's not your creation. It's not your vision.
Well, I think it's even like design-wise, you know what I mean? Obviously, you get all those people, like, because it's such a different game. You get all those people in, talented people to make design decisions, and you know, it was. I think one of the things specifically they pointed out was there was like, oh, people would do things, and then Michel Ancel would say that's not good, throw it away, start over, and then he refuted it by saying, like, basically he was saying had repeatedly said the opposite, where it's like, we don't need to do this. Why are we doing this? And then other people on the team would want to like, it's one of those weird things where like, yeah, everybody, if you point at the guy who's really successful and he's the guy who would have his name on the box, if that were a thing, if you just point at him and say this is what he did, who's not gonna believe that? You know what I mean? And I think that that's kind of shitty. And even after he responded, they were like, obviously Michel Ancel has denied all allegations or whatever. But no real no real digging into like that actual thing. If this was something like super salacious, like he had like, assaulted an employee, it would be different. But it's like, no, it's about like people say he's a shitty boss, and here are the reasons why, and then he's refuting the reason. You know what I mean? It's like, I also think he said that that their sources was like a fucking like a guy who was like a temp. You know what I mean? So
right,
maybe that guy.
A guy who maybe has never really worked in this kind of industry before and doesn't realize that sometimes, when you get the guy who's in charge working on an ambitious project like this, he's going to be a bit hard on you.
Yeah, well, even what maybe they truly just did not get along. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then, sometimes creative people who have different ideas of what their product should be, you know what I mean? Then that could be a thing between two people, and maybe there were some people who agreed with that guy or whatever, and there's probably plenty of people who agreed with Michel Ancel. You know what I mean? I just, like, it's one of those things where, like, reporting on it even feels kind of weak, because, like, that's just an opinion of a guy, and there was nothing, like, super awful about what the accusation was to begin. You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah.
It was a really weird thing, and I saw it reported in, like, a bunch of places, and I don't know. I kind of take all those kind of reports with a grain of salt, and especially because it just seemed like they were doing it in the wake of all of like the sexual assault stuff with Ubisoft. It seemed like really low-hanging fruit that they knew they would get clicks on, and so they're just like kind of like throwing shade at this guy who's who's not even at the company anymore. It's fucking weird. I don't know. Games journalism is ass.
And also, it's really weird to me, like, I don't know if this game ever does come out. I don't even, because this seems to be in development hell for sure.
Oh yeah.
Shit, you defending the mutie, or you just like pissing everybody off?
Get the fuck out of here.
It's definitely a weird game for me, because it's like, what is it? Is it an expansion upon the universe itself that the original game took place in? Is it connected story thread somehow as kind of like a prequel? Because the original promotional material we got for the game showcased the two main characters, what's his face, the pig,
and Jade. Yeah.
And it showed them doing, like it was like a cool CG thing where they're broken down on the side of the road with the car, which is like, oh, okay, so we're gonna get an expansion on that, because we do know that with the original game he had huge plans to like go to different planets.
See, I have not played the first game, so.
Yeah, but he had huge ambitious plans for going to different planets and huge universe world building and stuff, but the limitations of technology at the time made it so that he had to cut back a lot on what he could do with the game. So we know that was a thing, and that he definitely wanted to expand upon that in a future releases if he could do it. Then we did get some promotional material after that. It was like super alpha type gameplay, which showed more cutscene action through this like sort of like city that's like in a desert or whatever.
Yeah.
And then it was like showing you taking control of Jade, and like you were running through buildings, through rooms and over rooftops and stuff, all parkour style. Kind of like Assassin's Creed, but like way more fluid and really fast looking. And like that looked really cool, and they were like trying to show off this new mechanic they were working on, and I was like, so this game looks like it's turning into this.
Yeah.
And then you heard nothing for a long time, and then they were like Beyond Good and Evil 2, and then they showed this like monkey with a jetpack and shit. And I was
yeah,
like, what the
that's
fuck
like
is
all
going
of it.
On?
It's all the monkey
graphics
stuff.
Look amazing, futuristic city, but what the fuck is this? And then they eventually dived a little bit deeper into some details of how the game is supposed to be, the story, and I was just like, eh.
You remember they brought like Joseph Gordon-Levitt on stage? And they were like,
you know what? They should have gotten Keanu Reeves.
Now that would have been hot.
Because it clearly is working for Cyberpunk.
No kidding. All right,
It's like
I gotta do RPG stuff. Hold on. Sick dogs about the mutants.
If I understood right, a mutant attacked a guard. What happened?
Just a mutant going a bit haywire. Maybe he got the dog sickness. Who knows? He hit a guard and he's been hiding since. Our technomancer didn't like that too much. He said whichever of us nails him will get a promotion. And it wouldn't be a good idea for the other skin jobs to hide him.
Hanging out by my house
I know
over
our
here.
technomancer. He said he'd kill 10 if we didn't
Kind of
find
pissing
the
me
guy.
off.
And he'll
Seems a bit drastic, don't
Did
you
you say a skeleton is hanging out?
Not having a riot.
Yeah, Minecraft.
I'm gonna take a look at the dust.
Oh,
in case I
oh.
happen to find that smart-ass of
Right.
yours. Don't particularly want to find myself in the middle.
I thought you were talking about your actual house.
Yeah, you do that.
Yeah, well, I
if you
mean, it
find
is
him,
the
don't
season,
try
but you
anything.
know.
Yeah, there's a spooky skeleton at my house. What does it take to get work at the
We
cistern?
cleaned out the drilling well, and I'm kind of bored. Apparently, the guys who work at the cistern have it easy.
You haven't been here long enough. Till now, only prisoners who've been here a long time get to work there. Jay over there's the guy who picks the team. One of the first guys here.
Another job.
You're the guy who gave the mechanic a hand, right? He needs you again. You should go see him.
Okay.
And where's he hanging out this time?
Like I should know. Not at the sand bath, apparently.
Okay.
All right, sick
I'm
dogs.
guessing you heard about what's happening with the dogs. They look sick, and I don't know if there's a doctor around here.
We got a male nurse, of course. Well, he could be a doctor as far as I know. He's at the sand bath just now. Some of the new arrivals seem a bit ripe.
Ah, didn't think of him. Thanks.
Okay,
What
is
can
there
I do
anything
for you,
else I can
prisoner?
get from this guy? More question. Nope.
See ya.
Right.
All right,
Right.
so
Why do I have the feeling that there are better uses for a rebel mutant than turning him into the guard?
okay, so I gotta find that mutant. I have to talk to the mechanic, right? That was like they just kind of fired off a bunch of stuff from that guy. Oh, and I have to talk to the guy at the mess hall.
What do you
This
want,
guy's literally named Scum.
man?
Stupid.
You were literally scum of the earth.
Yeah, like literally. I got a few questions. Where are mutants from?
We are nearly all old. There is no new generation
There's a
here.
your mom joke in there
We are
somewhere.
descendants of those who chose to exchange their souls for
Oh, for sure.
Where do mutants come from?
I
Your
see.
mom.
Do they talk that kind of shit in abundance too?
You doubt. And yet the Eternal Avenger has protected us and we are here.
Were you born
You
like
were
that?
born like
Yes, as are all of the mutants in this camp. We are the descendants of the first traitors. I have never looked as you do. And I prefer it, in a way. The new generations are worse than us. They are born men and have betrayed. We inherited the fault.
You seem very devout.
Faith is perhaps the only thing left to us, even if it is a heavy burden to bear.
All right. One of
I
yours
heard the
rebelled.
announcement. I know that one of you attacked a guard.
Yeah.
They treat you that
So
bad?
you went to Disney, huh?
We're
Yeah,
beasts,
yeah, Disney was
but
cool.
We don't deserve the manner of treatment
Nice.
we receive.
Still waiting on Disney to open
Even the
up in
dogs get
California.
more respect here. The prisoners avenge themselves on us. The guards mistreat us for amusement, and we could say nothing. It is not possible to continue this way.
10 of your people could get
You
executed.
know if he doesn't turn himself
Seems
in,
like a good
10 of your
option.
people will be executed.
We are prepared to die if the sacrifice will improve the conditions of our people's lives.
Tell me a little bit more about him.
He is but one dust among many. He could no longer bear the abuse we receive.
Is his name literally Dust? Is it gonna be Dust?
But he acted as he saw just.
I didn't realize they... Wow, he speaks really well for a dust.
Oh no, they're called Dusts.
You're the one who hit the guard, huh?
Why are you asking?
Just tell me the truth. You don't want to piss me off, believe me.
Okay, maybe threatening them is not the
Do
best
you
way to
really
go.
think so? I have nothing to lose.
Why am I fighting this guy? Oh. There we go.
I'm the one you're looking for, man. So
I gotta figure out the
suppose
parries
there's
in this
no
better.
reason to hide the fact.
Basically,
What will you do with this
what you were
knowledge,
saying earlier is
man?
that you want to become the next Captain Sparkles.
Yeah, that's always been my dream. I've always wanted to be the next Captain Sparkles.
Except, like, Dr. Disrespect style.
Yeah. I want to.
Not for kids.
I want to get banned from every platform. They never said what he got banned for, right?
He doesn't even really know.
Yeah.
He has a theory himself, speculation, and it's basically something like possibly something to have to do with money, with the shutting down of Mixer and everything like that. They maybe had a contract they wanted to back out of, and instead of just working something out with him, they just found a reason to, or some bullshit internal reasons to essentially just permaban him so they could get out of the contract. Maybe nobody really knows.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't seem to make, and if that's the case, I mean, that's kind of scummy. But
yeah,
like, just it's so weird.
Well, then they had like a big deal with didn't they pay Ninja a whole bunch of money to come back? Because I think
Is Ninja back on the platform? I don't think he is.
I think so. I think he's got a deal with Twitch. I could be wrong. I don't know. Somebody from Mixer came back. I'm looking this up now. Ninja Twitch.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah, Ninja goes back to Twitch.
Yeah, because it's like, hey,
yeah.
I don't know how the contract worked with Microsoft, but if you got to just keep the money, or at least a good chunk of it, right? Like,
I think he did. I think they announced that they would honor all that deal.
He basically just had a short stint where he made a ton of money.
Oh yeah.
From that, granted, you know, when he left Twitch the way he did, when Ninja left Twitch the way he did, I know that Twitch like essentially closed, like shut down his channel. Like, there's nothing on it, but I don't know if they archived it or if they completely deleted it.
I'm sure they brought it back.
Able to reinstate it, you know, just like bring it back online. All of his VODs are still there.
See, that just makes me think that like that Twitch or Amazon or whatever. I have no idea about that necessarily. I'm sure his followers were all still there, but it just makes me think that like this company is like run by fucking vindictive babies. You know what I mean? Because I get the impression as well with Dr. Disrespect that the people he's worked with at Twitch don't really like him. And that's another thing is that like I mean unless Ninja deleted his account, which maybe he did, you know, that I guess that is possible.
No,
that
he didn't. I don't think he deleted it. From what I understand, it essentially got like quote unquote removed, like it was just gone.
That's fucking dumb.
It got after it got hacked.
Yeah.
Because he left Twitch, but then Twitch was like, oh yeah, okay, his channel's gonna sit there, you know, people have VODs and stuff, or maybe he'll come back, you know, like it was kind of, you know, they just left him alone.
You want a better life here,
but then
you want a better life somewhere else.
almost immediately, day one after, somebody hacked his fucking Twitch account and then started streaming porn on it.
That's what I remember that. Yeah.
And then Twitch was just like, okay, we're closing the channel.
Especially after your little outburst.
Yeah, it's just...
And to think that somebody had the ability, there's people who were just sitting there waiting. Like, they had the ability to just straight up hack his shit at any given time, and they only did it after he essentially left.
I'm preparing something as well.
Which means that it was probably somebody who's a chill hacker. Like, they're not really fucking with people. They did it because they were like, oh, I see an opportunity to be a troll.
I don't know if you've... There's... you guys know about this? The lulz? Doing it for the lulz.
Doing it for the lulz.
So fucking lame. But that's basically what happened.
Bring us 2 of these boxes.
This summer, get ready for the lulz. Yeah.
They're doing it, and not just for fun. For the lulz.
They're not doing it for fun.
This guy's still sticking his knife in.
Yeah. Not for recognition. Or for vendetta. They're doing it for the lulz.
Yeah. That's pretty much what happened, yeah.
I would honestly watch a joke, like a comedic joke, like mini-series on YouTube or something called For the Lulz.
Yeah.
Or just the lulz, and it has to do with, like, doing it for the lulz, and then somebody comes up with, like, all kinds of stupid shit for it. That would be kind of entertaining to watch, like, a couple times a week.
It would just be, like, people unironically saying doing it for the lulz. Just the worst.
Oh, like they're hipsters.
Well, it's just funny because it's like it's such a.
Ironically,
I think it's funny to say it is because it's like such a lame term that if you're doing something for the lulz, you're probably not that funny, and you probably haven't done anything very funny. That's just the way I look at it. But
doing it for the lulz just means you're a fucking troll.
I guess so, yeah. But like a real dickhead troll would never say that they're doing it for the lulz. They'd probably call me a racial slur in like some other things, and then they'd just do it.
Dickhead trolls.
Yeah. And I can hardly blame him. That would be funnier. I agree. All right. Oh, they have a whole thing here about this.
This server, man. I'm on a public server right now,
right?
Because I was just looking for some public servers, and I was like, what is available? And I was filtering by different things, and then eventually I settled on a vanilla survival.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like a custom survival. It's just vanilla, like just like you would when you're playing solo, but you're on a server with other people. And there is a couple of interactive server things you can do with the hub or whatever. And I'm sitting here like, I'm trying to clear out this space. And, yeah, I already cleared out a decent enough space for me to just put up some walls and a checkerboard roof made of slabs. So that I could conserve my wood for the slabs and be able to see what time of day it is outside, that kind of thing. And also the checkerboard helps, in the event that I decide I don't want to lay down in the bed for a while.
Right.
Those phantoms don't come swooping in on me out of fucking nowhere. And it's like, I'm trying to like clear out a huge clearing around me, and it's just taking forever because I don't want to do it at night, and I can't sleep the night off. So then I've got I was digging down below.
Oh, I didn't even think about that because everybody on the server has to go to sleep, don't they?
If you want to change it to daytime, everybody has to go to sleep at the same time. However, you can reset certain things, and not necessarily your certain fatigues. Okay, yeah, certain fatigues you can reset. For example, like the phantoms, you don't have to actually sleep and have it pass to the next day. You just have to lay down in bed and get out of it, and then it just resets your fatigue.
Okay.
So the phantoms go away. If they're not already there, they don't come and bother you.
Oh, wait, is this the guy I need to talk? No.
But it's just a pain in the ass, because it's like, I gotta do everything with tools. I gotta dig. I did it on purpose. I was like, I'm gonna try and build a castle in survival.
Right.
On a random ass server.
See, the thing with Minecraft for me is that I want, like, more, like, advanced things to tech toward, and, like, that's why whenever I've popped open, like, a save, I try to do, like, stuff with, like, automation, like, all the stuff with, like, tubes and like, or, like, pipes and all that stuff, and, like, automatic crafters and stuff like that. I really like the idea of, like, automation and building factories and things like that, like Factorio, but in 3D space. And I get so bored with the base game.
You mean like a game called Satisfactory?
You know, I played in the beta, or I was in the alpha for Satisfactory, and I thought I would really like it, but I got kind of bored. So maybe that just doesn't work. And well, it works for some people, obviously. I'm not gonna shit on the game or anything, but
it's a grind. Yeah.
It's just something like because Factorio is a grind as well, you know. But there's something to Factorio. I can't explain it. It's such a satisfying game, and then Satisfactory, ironically, you know, was a less satisfying game. There's just something about that progression and the way that things are built, and you know, and part of it is that it's in 3D space, so it's like it's a little more janky to put things down, so you can't make everything look as nice. I think now they have like a lot more building options for like actual buildings and stuff like that, so that probably resolves a lot of that. But when I was playing it, it was like you could build platforms, and that's basically it. So like
you can do all kinds of shit to break that game.
Yeah,
Just
and
take a look at what's his face from Let's Game It Out, I think.
I'm definitely gonna pick that game up. That was another one that I was looking at maybe buying with that $10 on Epic. I see, but that's the thing is I love automation or like programming games, and there aren't very many of them. Like that one's not really a programming one, but like Automa Chef and Autonauts and stuff like that. I really like those. If you would mix that with Factorio also has scripting in it, but it's like Lewis scripts. It's really weird. So it's like actual programming. Anyway, yeah, the Satisfactory. I want to get into it again and try it out, but I haven't dug in. I'm gonna talk to this guy.
Hey, we never had the chance to talk. I heard about Fatso. That took some balls, man. Apparently the guy pissed himself. I'm Jay. If I can, do anything for you?
I'm Roy. Tell me, Jay, you know if there's a way to get to the cistern?
The cistern, huh? You thinking of something? You looking to stock up on water?
Let's just say it's a hypothetical question.
Well then, hypothetically speaking, I'll tell you. If somebody, who is not you, of course, wanted to enter the cistern, he'd need an official pass from the boss himself, or he'd get shot 2 yards from the entrance.
And if this person wanted to go there unofficially?
Well, then there's only one way. Go across the mushroom field and walk through a pack of those fucking moles. Take
Mushroom
some
field?
balls. Of course, to do that, he'd also need a key. The kind that only the guards at the sentry post have, seeing as how the entrance has been sealed since the infestation.
So that person would have to find an understanding guard, like Bob, for example. Thanks for the tips. All purely hypothetical, of course. Actually, I just wanted some information.
Yeah, okay.
News
Got
from
any
the
news
front.
front lines?
A couple of scraps from the new arrivals. Seems like there was a huge battle at Green Hope. More like a bloodbath, if you know what I mean.
And? Who won?
Hey man, same as everybody. The ones who send bastards like you and me to die for them. Don't matter for guys like us who wins in the end. That said, it looks like our side won this one. Our big man wisdom and general honor are tipping the scales our way.
You think it could mean the end of the war?
Yeah, but not for us, buddy. It'll be months before we get back home. And that's if Abundance even sends us back.
You know
About
the
the
guards here?
guards.
Shit, yeah. I'm one of those who's been here since day one. I was a scout and got caught just after the first shot. You know, in the end, they're just like us. There's good guys and there's assholes. Like, Bob's a good guy, but you already know that, right?
Yeah, he's not like the others. The rest of them really play by the book.
I think was Bob the one that I was a dick to earlier?
Don't try and tell me you prefer
For no reason.
bullshit, or you wouldn't be calling yourself Roy, right? The guards walk the line.
I've not been
here,
watching you play
tighter than
this
we do.
game
The
super
system's
intensely.
rigid, and they're scared shitless of their technomancer. His name's Sean. Not the greatest guy in the world, but hey, what do you expect from a technomancer?
You're not kidding. Know how to use a weapon?
Yeah, like all of us, I guess. I was only a scout, but I had one, you know. Even if it's not my specialty.
So what's your specialty?
I get what I need for starters. Make some things, collect others. I know where to find stuff and who to trade with, and who can do what for who. And also, information. And that's what you're here for, right?
You could say that. That's it.
With all this sand.
All right.
Gravel.
By the way, I've been using this new launcher for all my games. Play Night.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
I was trying to use like an all-in-one launcher. I was using GOG Galaxy for a little bit, but it loses your integrations constantly. Every time I fucking open it up, it's like
fucking fix that.
yeah, it disconnects from like Epic or whatever. And so I started using Play Night, which because all of it is all open source, and like the way that like GOG Galaxy works is that you can hook your like other accounts into it, but some of them aren't actually supported by GOG Galaxy. They're all third party. You know, they're all done, you know, by somebody in their basement. Whereas Play Night, it is all just, you know, it's all open source. So that's how the entire operation is. So, I think with that, it's like built into it. You know what I mean? Like it's not like there's a difference between the third party support and the standard support that they have. Everything is just treated the same, so it loses authorization way less. I haven't had it lose authorization since I started using it, and every time I open it up, it, you know, reintegrates everything, and whatever I bought gets added like automatically. The only thing is that I wanted to use an all-in-one launcher because I have like fucking 1,000 games. And it really helps. But it also lets you put in emulated games. So, just as an example, I have every every NES game ever made on an external hard drive. Right. So I just put that in here, and then so it's like, okay, like 1,000 extra games, and then you could just sort them. Like if I wanted to play only NES stuff or something like that, I could just sort it by NES and get a full list of every game ever. And then you have to direct it toward an emulator directory so that it automatically knows what to open. So it just makes it like really readable and easy to like find anything, especially like if you use 7 launchers and have multiple, like the ability to emulate multiple consoles. It's really, really nice.
Yeah. I haven't bothered with that personally too much because I just don't have a ton of games installed, and don't really care to have a launcher that can just auto launch and also open up the utility and install the game. Like I don't have a need for it to install my games.
Right.
So I don't really have a need for it to catalog everything on everything I have. I would just use it for the games I already have installed. And yeah, emulators, I don't have that whole emulator thing, so like for me personally, it's kind of like
yeah,
it's with launchers before.
It's definitely a niche thing, and I will say that like, you know, just like streaming and stuff like that, and having a list of 1,900 games I want to play, it makes it really easy for me because I will buy a game on any service so long as it's cheaper. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
like for example, like I'm playing this game, this is the GOG version of the game. Like I don't have this on Steam. And so just having a launcher that has all these games in one place is really, really nice. The like I have like on my list there's a lot of games like I have in there's like a miscellaneous tab or column in the list that just says what platform I own it on, if I do own it. And, you know, whether it could be Uplay, it could be Humble, it could be Itch, you know what I mean? And Play Night will actually integrate with Humble and Itch, which is interesting, because I don't know of anything else that does that. I will say, though, and I'm not trying to say anything bad about this, and I probably shouldn't even say this, but I bought the whatever racial injustice package that they did on Humble for $5 with like that had like 59 pages worth of games on it, and I'm like, you know, look, you know, good cause, whatever, but it's $5, and I'm like, yeah, I mean, you know, I almost don't care what it's supporting. $5. That's for sure. There was like I looked at the first and second page and I saw that there was like 4 or 5 games I would have bought anyway for a higher price than $5, and I was like, I'm in. But I went through on Itch when I started using Play Night, because that bundle, the way that it works is that there's so many things that Itch actually said, we're not automatically adding these to your library. You have to go to the download page and then it'll get added to your library. That way it isn't filled with 1,000 clutter, you know, games. And I gotta say, as somebody who just went through and added nearly everything in the first 30 pages, I realized that I should not have done that. Because I'm like, wow. You know, kudos to the developers and stuff like that for, you know, putting their stuff out there for basically nothing, because I'm sure all that went to charity. You know what I mean? But, yeah. Whoa, a lot of bad stuff. Like, stuff that is like, I should have not added it to a library that I'd have to look at. Like, you know what I mean? I feel bad
like
saying that.
Games that are built around like racial shit.
No, not that. I mean, look, that's also not my bag. Don't get me wrong, but you know, whatever. I don't think of that as like a bad game. It's just not for me. I would say this is like, there's some stuff here that's like, I built this game to learn how to program. And I'm like, oh no, like why is this on a storefront? You know what I mean? Like this is, and I get like, you know, Itch is a different beast, but
oh, okay, so just basically
not subject matter wise, just bad,
just junk crap shit.
Yes, yeah, like
it's just like, why is this even like part of the bundle? Like this should just be a, hey, this is some random stuff people are making because they're new to whatever and they're just testing things out.
Yeah. No, exactly.
You know, the public can download it real quick and experience it, see what they're doing with it. But other than that, it's like,
And again, I mean, these people, if they're putting this game out and they think it's worth money, which, you know, I've made games in my spare time learning how to use tools, but I wouldn't ever sell the things I made. They were just not good. It was just a learning experience. So I don't know. Like there's literal examples of like people making like their characters are made in like MS Paint and stuff like that. And it's like just like that level of quality. And then there's a lot of like weird obscure stuff. So I added a ton of things because I'm like, this actually looks kind of interesting, and you know, I don't know why this was never released anywhere else, but whatever. And then there's other stuff where I'm like, this should be on your hard drive and that's it. Like this should not be. The public should not be exposed to this. And then on the other hand, there is a lot of like, you know, there was a lot of like visual novels and stuff like that I'm not particularly interested in. I'm not, you know, don't get me wrong, I don't care what other people are into, but I'm not particularly into like a passionate gay romantic visual novel. It's just not my thing.
Some people like the yaoi story.
No, and that's the thing, right? Is that I get that there's totally an audience for that, and I'm glad that there's a place for stuff like that to exist. But there's a lot of stuff like that in the bundle, and I added it to my library, and then I went through the library and I was like, why did I even add this? I know I will never play this.
Why is this in here?
Yeah.
What have I done?
And again, I do want to reiterate, kudos to these people who are giving away something that they think is worth money, and whether or not I think it should be worth money, they're giving it away for free for a cause that they believe in. That's totally fine. That's really nice of them and very cool. You know what I mean? But man, when I went through, I'm like 59 pages. Oh my god, that's so many games. Yeah, It's like It's like when you download like the entire library of NES games and you realize half of them are like Chinese knockoff games that you can't understand anyway. Like,
or they're just Japanese exclusives.
Yeah.
That you probably can't understand unless you know can understand Japanese.
I just want to point out, by the way, so I spent like 3 hours the other day going through every game in a 1900 game list of NES games, every folder, and deleting every ROM per game minus one, you know, except for one, because the one that I'm going to import into the library, you know what I mean? So with all of them, there's like 17 versions of these games. Yeah, and I will say the majority of releases that anybody had any interest in were translated by fans on the NES.
Yeah.
So almost every game that is not like an unlicensed Chinese game has been translated to English. So that's really cool. I've played a couple of fan translated things, and just the novelty of it alone, I think, is really neat.
Play the old Batman game.
Right, yeah. Well, there's a lot of that stuff. It's like weird.
Those are so bad.
But I just mean, like, there's weird, like, Western licensed things that are only in Japan. And I'm like, what? Why? Why did this not go to the West? But,
probably for good reason.
I'm sure, right?
They figured it might do better in Japan.
Sure.
Who knows?
It's weird. But yeah, I might disconnect my itch account from Play Night because there's just so much stuff that just bloat that's on there. Just for reference here, in my launcher, I have like 4,000 games because of all the stuff I added on an emulator, so I might just delete all those too. There are 2,100 uninstalled games, those are actual, real games that I own. And then there's 1,973 games installed because it considers any emulated games installed. And there's 612 games hidden. It's fucking ridiculous. Here, I'll just pop this onto the stream real quick. It's nice. It's a nice little browser here.
No, yeah, like I know Play Night. I've used it. I had a kick, or at one point I went on a kick where I was just on and off, looking for different game launchers, third-party library launchers. And this is before GOG Galaxy.
Yeah.
Obviously, just recently, because that's fairly recent.
Yeah.
And out of all of them, Play Night I don't think was really out yet, or it was in like the most alpha stage that nobody knew about it existing. But I was looking through a lot of them, and there were a lot of ones that were kind of old, and they just had a very old school sort of UI and layout to them, but they also had very limited functions or features or so on and so forth. They didn't look that good. They weren't super customizable or themable or anything like that. And then I came across one that was a project that was being worked on. I think the project died, but it was called Game Room.
Game Room?
Yeah. And weirdly enough, Game Room is a lot like Play Night. And I think Play Night is actually an open source project done by some people who are working on Game Room. That kind of decided to do their own thing, which is why it looks so similar.
Yeah, I'm looking at Game Room right
is
now.
Like
that it does have a similar feel.
Their website still exists, I think, but like, it literally nothing's been done with it in ages.
Okay, so Game Room, it was discontinued 11 months ago, and it's open source now. So I'm sure like somebody probably grabbed that stuff and you know what I mean, and used it for Play Night.
And if you look at the way it looks, the way it's set up, I mean, they had a mode where you could do a list on the side, but you can see like they have in the pictures, if you're looking at any of them, like you could have the background be whatever, but if you clicked on a specific game, it would have a background for that game.
Yeah.
And you could do these icons, you could organize them into different sections, and you could do the thumbnails either in large format, like that, like you're probably seeing the DVD style. I think it also supported kind of like how Play Night supports the Steam banner style
Yeah.
as well.
Yep.
And you could do that too with Game Room.
It has also a nice it's got a nice like a full screen mode. So if you're using it as like an OS, like it basically as a front end on like a computer under your TV.
Yeah, that's exactly how they were building it, and
Yeah.
I really liked it because unlike all the others, which were older than Game Room and just had this like, it's a basic, build a library sort of thing. It
Yeah.
kind of like gave you a feeling of like old school Steam, but with some like color palette customizations and shit.
Yeah.
But I liked it, but then like they just stopped working on it, and I think Play Night is derived from it, possibly.
That makes sense.
Design style wise, the way that into some of the menus look, the way some of the integration is done, it almost feels like it's the same thing but made different.
Right.
Improved.
Well, the one thing I really like about it too is that it's very lightweight. Like it doesn't have a lot of overhead, so it runs in the background and basically it takes up no resources, which is nice. Like right now it's using 161 megabytes of RAM, but that's it. Like it's not like there's no processing, no anything else. Whereas like GOG or Steam, even Steam it's so heavy. Like not like insane, not like fucking Google Chrome or anything, but it's it's much more lightweight, which I appreciate.
Hey,
the
bare
newer
knuckle king.
versions of Steam
What do you want?
have the ability to import games from other launchers, right?
Yeah, but I don't like the way that's integrated. It doesn't. I don't know, because you can't. It doesn't search for metadata and stuff like that. That's the other thing is like, you want to. I want to get the whole experience, like you're in a real.
Yeah, you want to be able to
launcher.
pick the game. You want it to give you some screenshots. You want it to tell you a synopsis. You want to have all the stuff about it before you go clicking on it.
Well, not to mention just the fact that I was able to point to a directory and say scan for all NES ROMs, and it did it, and then picked up all the metadata for that in a couple minutes. You know what I mean?
That's
it's like
it grabbed it from what is it?
the database, whatever.
IMDb is Internet Movie Database. IGDB.
Yes, something like that. Yeah.
Game database or something like that.
If like that was built into Steam, honestly, like I guess I don't see why I wouldn't do that. But the thing is, like, now I just have Steam closed all the time unless it's running something that actually uses Steam. Because I mean, obviously, like if like with Mars Warlogs, I don't have to open the GOG launcher because they don't require it for their games because they're DRM free. But the like Steam games, obviously Steam has to be running in the background while you're playing a Steam game, from Play Night.
Something called No Steam, but
yeah.
Or whatever.
Or like like offline mode and stuff like that.
It's not for every game out there, so yeah.
So it's just like I don't know, it's the most lightweight thing I've seen. Like you can set it to automatically close launchers out once you're done playing a game. You know what I mean? So it's just there's not a lot of they've done a good job of finding a way to make it less invasive and less annoying. And as somebody who uses every one of those services, because I don't have any allegiance toward any of them. I will just buy wherever's cheapest. I like a central launcher. It's very nice.
Oh yeah. Just being able to be like everything's in one place, and yeah, that also brings into, like I said, there was like Play Night has that ability to link to your game, and then you can click the install option.
Yeah.
Open up the thing and then try to do the install. Basically auto clicking things for you. It's basically what it's doing. Like, which is cool. So then everything's literally just more or less. I mean, yeah, the install process, it'll open Steam, and then you have to click the prompts for like where to download something to, install to.
Yeah.
But it saves you from maybe necessarily opening Steam and being like, okay, what game do I want to install again? Let me find it. You can already be like, oh, I see it right here in Play Night. Yeah, I wanted that, and then it'll just take you there. So like,
it's nice.
It's not super seamless to where you never have to leave Play Night.
Yeah.
But
it's unfortunately it's all the caveats of like, you have to contend with the other services that it hooks into, because obviously nothing is downloading to PlayNight. It's just reading all of the information it gets from your accounts, and then filling it in with that. But for what it is, I hate to say it because I was really thinking like, man, GOG Galaxy is going to be so good, and then
here's the thing: it could still be good given time. So.
Oh yeah, sure. It's they just recently, I guess, they're adding the ability to buy games from other stores through GOG Galaxy, which is crazy. So like you integrate Steam onto it and you can just buy games. Like it's basically just a web browser at that point. You know what I mean? Where you can just buy games on Steam to add to your Steam account and then populate GOG Galaxy. So it's like, it's cool. They've got ideas of things to do. It's just that for some reason their integration is not that great. It just loses authentication too often. And like when you have to like reapply all your passwords, that's the biggest annoyance for these. Is like, I was gonna add my my Battle.net account because I have a couple of games on there, and then I realized I don't have the Blizzard Authenticator installed on my phone. So when I was like, I don't know what the fuck my password is for this because I haven't played a Blizzard game since Overwatch came out. And I was trying to get into my account, and I realized I didn't have the authenticator on there. And so it's like, when I'm logging in on the PC, it says, okay, well, we're going to send a code to your authenticator. I reinstalled the authenticator, and I have to fucking log in on there. I'm like, what? Like, can't you send me, like,
that's why I don't like using authenticator applications that either A, require you to log in to that account.
Yeah.
Especially if it's like, oh, you need the authenticator to log into it, and B, that are set up in a way where it's all set up properly and connected for two-factor authentication, as long as that app remains installed and logged in on your phone.
Exactly.
And if you were to, like, say, reset your phone or get a new phone and re-download the app, in order to get authentication, you essentially first are supposed to disconnect and log out, or you're supposed to disable the two-factor on your account. Then you can, re-enable it once you've got the authentication app thing on your phone. And there was an authentication service that did that, and I can't remember which one it was.
I think Authy.
No, not Authy. I think it was something else. And I was just like, why is it set up this way? What happens if my phone gets destroyed?
Yeah, exactly.
Phone, and I have to obviously reinstall the app. My linked authentication account isn't linked anymore in the app, and there's no way to relink without going into my account, like on a computer, and disabling two-factor and then re-enabling it. But I can't do that because I need my two-factor authentication code. And it was just a pain in my fucking ass. And I was like, I'm not doing two-factor authentication for this specific account, because screw that. The other ones, on the other hand, there's the Google Authenticator, which is perfect because like everything's linked. It saves information for the authentication to your Google account. So if you just log into your Google account, that shit appears in the app. For the services you've linked it to. And then Authy also works for Twitch. Like you can just re-log into Authy, and it'll be like, oh hey, here's your Twitch linked authentication two-factor thing. And I'm just like, fucking great, fantastic. I think Battle.net might have been one of the ones that was like stupid about it, but
because they use their own authenticator that they made. It's just, I just don't understand. Like if I'm downloading it to my phone, if I'm installing it on my phone, and like you could just text me, you know what I mean, like a code or something like that to get authentication, because then I physically have the device that I like the phone is the numbers attached.
I'll if I have an option, if the two-factor authentication has alternative options for either text message or email, I'll just be like, well, if you're not going to let me use either Google Authenticator or Authy, then fuck you. I'm going to do it a different way that I have access to.
I wish I had that kind of foresight when I made that fucking Battle.net account, because I'm like, I don't want to call support and deal with this. You know what I mean? It's like, it's just...
you live and you learn.
Yeah, well, I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not like I'm ever going to fucking play Call of Duty Black Ops 4 again. which I think might be the only game that I have on there other than Overwatch. So maybe like Diablo 3 or something. But either way, it's like, what a pain in the ass.
I mean, if you have someone to play the zombies with, then yeah.
I feel like a dick because I played that game for like 15 minutes and then I stopped playing it. And I was like, why did I buy this?
Black Ops 4 is good for zombies. I did get into the multiplayer myself a little bit. Not the Battle Royale, but like the regular multiplayer. I kind of liked that they got rid of the boost, jump, wall running crap, and then they went to more old school, pop around a corner and shoot people.
Yeah. It had fun multiplayer. I did like Advanced Warfare. You know, I like the wall running and stuff, but I don't stick with competitive shooters like that anyway, really. Like I'm more likely to go back and play Overwatch again than I am to reinstall Black Ops 4.
Yeah, so like for me though, like I played it and I kind of liked, you know, it was refreshing. So I kind of the mechanic where you basically have to opt between stim pack for health.
Oh right.
Or something like a flashbang or whatever. So you had to be more strategic about it, but also the stim pack for health thing I thought was really cool.
Yeah, I thought that was an interesting idea.
It got me to play it for a while because it meant that firefights you could get into with people could last a little bit longer. Like you could have an actual like a battle against somebody because of it. Because you could pop back, you could like narrowly avoid that last bullet that would have killed you, and then you can stim pack yourself and then regen your health, and then jump back out into the fight and have an actual freaking fight with somebody, and that was really cool. But the most important thing about Black Ops for me was just like zombies. And if you don't have somebody to play zombies with,
then it's boring.
Because the Easter eggs are fun to do.
Yeah.
But,
all right, I think I'm gonna pop out of Discord because I have not played this game in a half hour. Because I think so like if I was gonna do like a Genshin stream or some other like not story based thing, but I can't. I'm my brain cannot focus on two things at the same time. So I'm gonna pop out of this chat.
All right, man.
All right, thanks for hanging out, Porky.
Just hit me up when you basically get offline.
Yeah. Well, I think like I said, any like non-story thing, which usually I'm playing games that aren't super story heavy, and then that's fine. But I get too sidetracked, and then I just talk. I can't read dialogue options fast enough and talk at the same time. So, anyway. All right.
Well, hit me up when you get off. I'll leave the stream open like I already have it, and just give the lurk, you know.
All right, cool.
Keep trying to play this freaking Minecraft.
Yeah, Minecraft. All right, man. Talk to you later.
All right, later.
Okay. Yeah, I like. I think it's a good idea to have someone on chat to interact with, and you know, I just like talking in general, so that's always fun. But I can't focus on dialogue options. I've been stuck on the screen for like 45 minutes. All right. So yeah, we're talking to Bob here. He's the guard that we shit talked earlier, which probably is gonna, you know, get thrown back in our face because we have to use him for the escape.
You don't look so good.
Yeah. So you understand? I want to be alone, right?
Persuade Bob to speak.
Hey, the bear no.
I'm looking for the doc. You wouldn't know where I could find him, would you?
If of course he's in the sandbath with the new arrivals.
Okay.
Been here long?
Been here a while, yeah. I wasn't very good on the front, so they sent me here. It was a drilling well before, a big abundant site. But with the war, there weren't many people left to work here, of course. So they decided to make it a prisoner of war camp. Seeing as how it's a long way from the front in the middle of nowhere, it's a good spot. For a POW camp, I guess there's worse. For us, on the other hand, it's a real pain in the ass.
I dropped something personal in the cave. A memento of my parents. Pisses me off to have to leave it down there with those fucking moles.
You know, I can get in trouble helping you with this. Anyway, take this note. It should get you in.
Oh, wow. Alright, I'm gonna save before I ask him this. Quick save not authorized. Oh, it's probably because it's showing me pop-ups. Really? Why can't I save? Alright, let's I guess we just talk to Bob and see what he has to say about
I
this.
did good work in the well, so they asked me to clean up the mushroom field too.
And you said yes right away? I hope you know what you're doing, Roy. Anyway, it's true. It's a lot quieter right now down there. Here's the keys.
Whoa. Okay. Wasn't there a quest that said make him talk?
Hey.
Ew.
Yeah.
Where was that? Where was that quest? Find a doctor. Persuade Bob to speak. So that doesn't show up on here. Okay, so I guess side quests don't appear in just the general quests. Oh, I guess there is no main quest tab, so I guess that kind of makes sense. But, so let's see. Diversion for the battle, water. Let's go back to the sand pit.
Ah,
Oh.
there you are, Roy. You kept me waiting. There were too many guards the last time we met. Wouldn't have been too smart to show our merchandise in front of so many eyes. But this is a bit quieter, so we can talk more openly, and you can understand where you went wrong. You don't know who you're dealing with, buddy. But don't worry, you'll learn.
Damn. Shit. Heal. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, holy shit! Those guys fucked me up real bad. Alright, so where do we actually load up now? Because it wouldn't let me autosave before. Oh, right here. Alright, so, quick question here. Where are, okay, health injection packs, crafting kit. What can we craft? Nail gun ammo, craft, okay. Whoa! It costs 20 serum to make a health kit? Whoa, holy shit. I'm starting to think I shouldn't even use those. Wow. Okay. Holy shit.
Ah, there you are, Roy. You kept, but you...
Alright, so let's... So I'm gonna throw a grenade at that guy. Holy shit!
Never mind.
Okay. I think you guys done goofed. I can't believe that. That was such a better performance. Okay, well, we got that out of the way. That must be because I beat those guys up to steal their stuff earlier. I'm assuming. So I guess it makes sense that they wouldn't be too happy about it. Alright, let's go to the sand pit. I think there's... the dock is in there.
Hey, Doc. Listen, there's a serious problem with the dogs. They're all going crazy and attacking anything that moves.
I have the feeling there'll soon be more visits to the infirmary. And if people can get it, it could get serious.
Do you think there could be a cure?
I have no idea. I'm not a vet. And you're taking a huge risk if it's contagious.
You sure we can get it?
Well, can't be sure. We have to check the animals, find out what they have. I don't have the equipment to do that kind of thing here. But I'm certain of one thing, and that's that we can't take the risk. I'm afraid the dogs will have to be put down.
Too bad. But it's better than taking the chance of us getting it.
Oh, I'm like, that guy's name is also Innocence, but no, that was our guy.
If it's possible to find a cure, I'd really prefer giving it a shot.
Animal lover, huh? Well, in that case, I can't help you. Find a vet.
Okay. Okay, so let's see. What are our side quests here? Persuade Bob to speak, find a vet, check on the mechanic. Let's go to the cistern. Maybe there's something over here. I don't think I've actually been here yet, have I? No. Definitely not. Alright, so there's a door to go somewhere. What? Way to go, buddy. You did a great job. Come on, stupid. What a moron. This door doesn't go anywhere, right? Also, do I have any points to level up with? Nope. Craft 3 items, unlocks new craftable. Maybe I should get that, but I feel like getting more XP per enemy is more valuable. There we go. I think I'm catching my stride here. Like that, Innocence is just kind of, he's my bait. Poor guy. Alright, Let's save here, actually. So for some reason, everybody here wants to kill me.
To do there right now. It'd just get me in a heap of shit.
Why? Why? I don't understand why certain things he wants to look at and some things he doesn't. Like for the storage rooms in particular. All right, so let's run behind Innocence so he can aggro these guys. Yeah, and then. All right. There we go. I think, like, now that I'm getting the hang of it, this game feels alright. And I know later you get, like, magic electric powers, so... Nothing else over here? Alright. What was the broken lighting? Let's recycle all of this. And then put it towards this. +6, chance of wounding 10%. Seems like that's the mole bone is the best. Iron guard. +1 physical damage. I'm going to go with the anti-skid again. And then definitely equip that. Okay, so that's better. We can't equip the other guy, can we? No. What is this? Attributes. Oh, like abilities? Chance of wounding. What is it? Reputation level terrible. There's a rep level. There's what? Reputation neutral. Huh. Wait, hold on. So is serum our yeah, that must be the currency. That's interesting. That had not occurred to me. Okay. Well, let's go here. Okay. What? I don't know how that thing did so much damage to me without even being anywhere near me. Let's go here first. Because this looks like a dead end. Why does everybody in the cistern want to fight me? shit, shit, shit. Oh man, okay. That was not great. Okay. But yeah, I don't understand why everybody here wants to fight me. Okay, this is going a lot better. This weapon is really good. All right. That's better. Okay. So we got more broken lighting. I wonder if we're ever going to be able to equip our partners. Oh. Right. Okay. Because if we are, then I don't want to scrap that weapon we just picked up, despite it being the same one that we're using. Yeah, that's the same thing. I gotta say, you know, I like what they're going for here, and I think that you can definitely see where they went with, like, what's it called? With Of Orcs and Men. Oh. Can I do this? Yeah! That was great. I can't believe I snuck up on that thing. So I guess stealth... Oh, come on. Stealth is good for getting the jump on at least one guy. Okay. Enter the mushroom field. Oh, for water, right. Let's save. I guess I'll go to the mushroom field. Reinforced prison uniform and serum. Okay. I like how it's like the same thing, just different color. Alright, so let's wear this and then scrap this. Chance of achieving components. Alright. Chitin is now an option. And that has health regen. Alright, we're going for chitin. 6.005. 5.005. Okay, so I guess if we had to pick one that was chitin, we would want to do this. Yeah. And then we can do this for now. And then we can scrap that later, swap it for chitin when we have the option. Okay. And we do, I guess we... 50 serum. Now that I know that that's the currency, maybe we'll have more opportunities to get more later. What? How is he not dead? Oh, go, run. Oh, God. Oh, it can't guard that? Nice, okay, cool. I'll take it. Alright, so let's save, and then let's skin these boys. No item. Damn it! Alright, real quick, let's get this. We definitely want to be able to level up faster, I think. Now that I know that health or stealth can be so good, that might be a thing to consider. Yeah, actually, let's do that because we went into the damage direction before. I'm just gonna put 2 in stealth because having the advantage taking one of the guys out with these larger encounters is a huge benefit. Okay. And let me just check real quick. What was required for the chitin? Leather. Okay. I wasn't sure if maybe it was bone. Let's go for the big boy. Damn it. Damn it. Dude. Jesus Christ. Okay. Come on. All right. Come on now. Come on. Oh. Oh. They don't have eyes, right? Yep, that was not that was not good. Huh. Honestly, it might be worth it to take out one of these guys because we know we can kill him in one hit. Or 2. That's ridiculous that they keep dodging. I'm pretty sure my dodges are not that effective. Can I parry these guys? That's... Oh. Oh, okay. Oh, whoa. Okay, I'll take it. We used 1 health potion to get there. But, okay, so apparently when you take a health regen potion, you will gather... Okay, nice, a grenade. You will gain health so long as you do not get hit. Which is interesting. Alright, get ready for 3 more, buddy. The way these things dodge is such horseshit. Okay. Leather? No. Leather? Nope. Nothing. What's going on with these guys? Alright, I think this is a dead end, so let's look here first. Yep.